Ver has always been a person on the show, and I'm going to say I have a lot of respect for Ver. He's a guy that makes his decisions right away, and he's like, Vegas it is, and he didn't hesitate. And Ver, you have a beautiful home. And where's that location at right now?
It's also in Inspirata.
Oh, wow. So who sold you the home?
Joey did.
Oh, wow. Are you guys neighbors?
As a matter of fact, we are.
Basically, yeah.
So you guys have people that, I mean, does Janelle know his wife? I mean, what is that yet? Or have you guys?
No, we haven't even done that whole meet and greet.
I haven't done that yet.
Yeah.
We're looking for some personal training maybe, so.
Yeah.
Or he also rides cycling, I used to do that in college, so we have some things to connect.
Oh, really?
So he actually, the fun fact, Swift is well, I'll let you tell.
What Zwift is?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, I work for a company called Zwift. It's a fitness gaming company, so it's basically a video game where you have an avatar where you could cycle in the world of Watopia. So I work for that company, working on the back end, making that game what it is.
So you're a programmer?
Yes. I'm a software engineer programmer, yeah.
Dude, you're probably analyzing me like every time you come on, like, dude, he's doing this all wrong. He's like, right?
If I could chalk it down all to just numbers, sure, I'm looking at the numbers.
I didn't know you were like that, man. I didn't know you were a programmer. So, the gaming is a big industry. People love gaming. Dude, it's like, I used to play this Supercross game, and it's like they got one version, it's like the first one to the fifth, and I really can't tell what's different between the first and the fifth. But they market the hell out of it, and I'll still buy it.
It's like
I'll play it 2 times, and I'll be like, all right, well, it's the same thing. But you know what? I got the latest.
It's like those sports games, Madden, FIFA, NBA 2K
Yeah, it's
Live.
the same, right?
It's the same thing every year. They just add like a cool feature where you could hit this stick, and then you'll blow this guy, to an injury or something.
Do you game? Or
I game.
Do you game? Okay. How many hours do you think you game? Like, I'm not going to try to throw it out there, like put you on the spot. And I don't know if Janelle cares, but how many hours do you really game?
Not as much anymore. I'm busy with work, or I'm just too tired at the end of the day, or I try to take a break at lunchtime to just play a quick game, drop hot. But
what's your favorite game then?
First person shooter games.
Call of Duty, right?
Call of Duty.
Yeah.
PUBG, Valorant's a big one.
Do you feel these games make you like, compared to what it used to be, like you're really in it? Like I don't know, like I played one of these games one time and it was like, man, it's just too, like I'm too into it, like I'm too emotional into it. Do you get like that?
It depends on the type of game. I play Halo, and like I kill someone, I teabag them, whatnot, or I get into
teabag them. What does that mean?
You just walk up to their dead body and just crouch up and down.
Dude, what do these games turn into, man? I got to join this so I can start teabagging, dude.
Yeah, dude.
You know what I mean? So.
There's that kind of game, or if it's like a cool RPG game, like a role-playing game that has a nice story, I get into it. There was this one, like Star Wars is pretty big right now. Like Obi-Wan Kenobi's coming out at the end of this week. Oh, wow.
Wow, sorry. Look at you. Yeah, that's all right. You're trying to... Wow, look at that.
We got some...
Ver, you got somebody calling you, Ver?
No, I think we're getting audio from...
I think it's from that because you're listening.
Mine.
Oh, it's yours.
Joey's phone? Oh, okay.
Joey's listening too. So see, man, we're all trying to pump this show up. We're all like, are you guys making the comments on this thing? You guys,
I made 6 comments.
You made 6 comments. There you go.
Yeah, but anyways, what was I talking about? Star Wars.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's coming out, and then there was this really cool video game, Star Wars, that got me really emotional just because the story was so great. So you have video games that can tell stories. And Legend of Zelda, but the Star Wars game was
Zelda?
Legend of Zelda was, dude. My uncle was hooked on Legend. Dude, he was playing the old version of Legend of Zelda. Right, it took him like a month to beat. He literally shut everybody out. Right, played it for a month, couldn't figure it out, beat it. He popped champagne. Right, he had a party, dude. Like he was like, I beat it. Everybody come over, and he popped like champagne. I was like, dude, is this guy really popping champagne because he beat a game? Like that's how people get into it. Though.
Yeah.
Gaming is just, dude. It's like it brings you in and your emotions get involved and then you're like, dude, I got to do this,
Yeah, it's a huge time sink, like especially if you just get really into it. But the crazy thing is about games these days is like e-gaming, right? Like there's an arena out here that is about that. There's kids, 13-year-olds making $500,000 like winning Fortnite games. So it's like
insane.
Like you can make a lot of money just playing games, which is like, I wish I could do that, but I have other
well, listen, I mean, my thing is that you can't put it down because they're still making a lot of money. But just think about it. If you made money at that age, that could set you up for the rest of your life if you did something right with it.
Yeah.
If you invested it right. So just the opportunity for stuff like that is just amazing to me. So that's cool, man. So what else? Anything else? Like what? Let me say this, and we'll say this and end it and go to Joey. What do you like most about Las Vegas since you've been here?
So far, it's just the change of pace, I think, for me. Out in SoCal, like I told Janelle this, it's like there's this weird just stress out there.
Yeah.
That's like implicit. Like it's very just lingering, right? I don't know if you're into like horror movies, but like
I love horror movies.
Like there's this movie Annabelle Comes Home or something, and
Yeah.
like, the whole movie you're just stressed the F out,
Yeah.
and then as soon as the door closes, there's just this like relax.
Yeah.
Right. And that's kind of like what it felt out in SoCal because of those inherent just stresses.
Right.
And then once we moved out here, I just like the fact that I don't feel that anymore. You know, I could drive down the street, I could take a walk.
So you feel safer being here.
Yeah, safe.
You know, and you don't have to feel like you're like, worried about your family or worried about being home or, crime. I mean, look, man, crime is a big deal. And I think that makes, between crime and schooling, you could have the dream home you want. Mm-hmm. But if you have those two things and that's a problem, that dream home's gone. And that's what usually you see with a lot of people.
Yeah, that's the thing. That goes back to what I was saying before. Easy way of life out here.
Yeah.
Because you have the safety, the security, we have the schools. I don't know. I can't say enough about Las Vegas. I literally thought I was going to come out here for like 30 days, try it out, and go right back to Miami. All my friends told me the same thing. They're like, you'll be back. That was back in 2013. I've been back to Miami, I want to say maybe 4 times.
Yeah, but I think if you were single, you would have probably went back.
I don't know.
I don't know, man. Because I'm going to tell you, man, there's a lifestyle out there that when you're single, it's a different world, right? Yeah. So, I mean, it depends.
It all depends.
It depends. But if you're looking for a family-oriented, limited crime, I guess, or less crime, or a place where you can really, open up and just not really worry about things and live comfortably, you're saying Vegas is it, right?
Yeah. I think it is for now. I think the biggest thing though, and she's in chat, it's like we were in this together, right? Like if it was just me, maybe I wouldn't have come to Vegas, but because we're in things together 100% each, Vegas was the play. And that's where we were at.
What do you dislike about Vegas being here so long, or not so long, but so far?
So far, I mean, it hasn't reached like 100 plus degrees for us yet, but I think it's just the heat.
Is it that? But we've had 80s, right?
Beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Weather. It's been nice lately.
Yeah.
But I think that's what I'm saying. I don't hate it yet.
Okay.
Wait until August.
So you're looking for reasons to hate it, but you haven't found a reason yet. Is what you're saying?
I'm not looking for reasons.
Not looking for reasons. But like if you said, okay, Vegas traffic, was it worse than you thought? No.
It's actually really nice.
Really?
You told me get here 5:15. I got here at like 5:15. I was like, that wasn't too bad.
Okay.
And I didn't have to worry about like, there was a jam right here, or this light went out, or someone hit a hydrant or something. I was just like, all right, popped it into Google Maps and I was here on time.
What about drivers? Like I know that there's a lot of drivers here that don't really drive together. You got everybody from all different states trying to
that's true.
play musical chairs on trying to figure out how everybody drives. What about the driving? Do you think the driving here is a little bit harsh? Harder?
I don't think I've gotten to it yet, but I think it's easier.
Really?
But also, I drove for a few years out in California, so you have some of the craziest drivers out there, and they kind of primed me. And, you become more aggressive. I'm more like chilled out though, but at the same time, I'm like very aware. It's funny when I learned driving. At age 16, I had an uncle or my mom's cousin who would like on purpose, like distract me while I was driving to kind of like prime me to be a good driver or build my awareness. And it's like, whenever I'm driving down the street, like I can look ahead, but I can see every mirror. Like my awareness is just at a 10.
Yeah.
Right.
You're a safe driver then, you're saying? You're basically because a lot of people aren't. They don't really pay attention. They're just, I got to get somewhere. You're a little bit more methodical. You pay attention to the sides.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
Drive
I grew
with a
up
blinker.
I grew up on like a manual car, like, manual windows, no sensor, no backup camera. So it's kind of like I had to kind of just do that. Like a lot of cars these days, you have all the bells and whistles. So
yes.
It's like you can have autopilot. I don't have that. So.
Yeah, I mean,
you should have seen my first car.
Yeah. What did you have to do? Did you have to was it like starting it like a lawnmower? You're like, pulling it?
Pretty much. It was a 2-door convertible doo-doo brown LeBaron.
Doo-doo brown.
I swear to God, it was doo-doo brown with a white convertible top.
So when you went and saw a girl, like, were you ashamed of it, or were you like,
No way,
what,
man,
dude? I got a car.
I dropped the top, pulled up. I mean, that thing was. It was legit.
It was legit. What was your first car?
I still have my first car.
Do you really? What is that?
A 2002 Chevy S10.
And what did you? I mean, you just kept it in the garage. I mean, is it running or?
It's running. Yeah. So the crazy thing is yeah, it's a pretty old car. That was my first car even before I had my license. Grew up through high school with it.
Yeah.
Left my freshman year without it, but then went back up a summer to drive it down to Texas. Had it in Texas, and then had it out in California. But then I took public transit, so it was just stored. And then I came out here. I've done a lot of stuff on it. Like I've replaced a fuel pump, oil pump, swapped the starter, alternator, radiator, all that kind of stuff just to upkeep it. It's like not even worth it, but there's sentimental value.
Dude, there is, man. There's people I know. They don't have an engine in the car, but they'll have the frame and they'll put it in the car. And be like, someday I'm going to put an engine back in that thing because that was my first car.
Yeah.
And you know what, man? It's a sentimental thing. It really is. Like me, I got a truck and I'm just like, dude, I brought it off the showroom floor to 2008. I'm just like, yeah, I'm going to sell it this year. And my girl's like, you got to sell that thing. You got to get it. Like, yeah, I'm going to get it. And I'm like, nah, I can't do it. Can't do it. So Starr, guys, ladies and gentlemen, folks. Starr, he's finally here. I want to say thank you for coming on. You got any final words? Anybody that can get a hold of you on your YouTube or Instagram channel?
Yeah, just find me on YouTube. Starr is the channel. Find me on Instagram, Starr. I'm on Twitter. I don't really do there, but you can find me, or you'll put my links down in the description below, right?
100.
So check that out. And again, if I haven't already said it, like and subscribe to Dan French Workbench.
Absolutely. Here we go.